Well, today we have Debbie Johnson with us in studio, and we're going to talk about a new web TV movie and DVD, and it was produced, and also it'll air right here on Channel 6, coming up on Saturday, February 22nd. Now, Debbie, you created, you wrote, you did everything to do with this. What inspired you to do this in the first place?
Well, that's a good question. I always loved the show Touched by an Angel, Mike, and I don't know if your mother watched it or anybody you know watched it.
I should admit that, but they
yeah,
say, but no,
I know. Some of the guys still did. And so I was waiting for the next one to come back, something like that, and nothing did. So I thought, well, maybe I should write it myself after having some experience writing. And only because a friend of mine said she thought I was going to write a movie. I never really wanted to do that. I'm an author, but I didn't want to write a movie.
Well, I want to talk more about it, but let's get a little, run a little clip, a little preview, and then we can talk a little bit more after it. And let's do that right now.
Welcome to a new world where angels in training help couples on earth.
Why us?
It's because you're the perfect composite couple with a myriad of ways to irritate each other. Your job is to help people learn unconditional love for others as well as themselves. In the process of observing, listening to others, and making suggestions.
I seem to let men walk all over me. Is that what that means by the weaker sex?
No, I don't think that's what that's all about.
You'll be learning more about your own problems and maybe even get a little spiritual growth out of it.
So tell us, after that, what we all can accomplish, what we can expect when we see the full version. It was very exciting. What's going to happen when we see the full version of the movie?
Well, it's a lot of fun. You're going to see angels in training, helping couples on earth. They're learning themselves, so they're going to be improving their own relationship in heaven after they died together. And the couples on earth are going to learn about how to treat each other better. Women are going to learn a little bit more about men and about their hearts, and men are going to learn a little bit more about women and their sensitivities.
Now, you talk about what spiritual women want in TV and why. Help us out with that.
Sure. Well, I think most women, no matter who they are very sensitive, but particularly spiritual women, no matter what their religion. I know for me, I tend to tense up when I see sex, violence, or profanity on television, and I wanted to watch a show that I felt comfortable watching, and there wasn't much for me. And I mean in terms of fiction, you know, fictional types of things. And even though these are inspired by true stories, it's going to seem like fiction to a lot of people. Most of it is in terms of the heaven scenes. But the stories on earth are comfortable, relaxed. There's nothing that would upset most women's nervous systems, and it's something they're going to enjoy and have fun with.
I think that's a good thing. I mean, I think even being sensitive to what's on television, there's a lot of things that are pretty tough on TV right now. With a child, I know that's tough to watch too. But tell us a little bit about how you feel about, have you feel like you've succeeded by following your inner spiritual guidance? Tell us about that. Are you achieving what you wanted to out of this?
Absolutely. This has just been fantastic, and it wasn't something, like I said, that I ever expected to do. I was following my inner spiritual guidance and creating something that I never thought I'd get to produce or direct or do anything like that. I didn't want to do those things, but having done those things, I have learned and grown spiritually, working with many people, 55 people on cast and crew. My first project, everyone said I was crazy, but this was after I started. If they'd said it before, I might not have done it.
Now, you mentioned that we saw the cast in the preview, and there were women, but there were also men in this. And,
yes.
And they seem to really, the reports, they really love doing this thing. Explain to us how your crew, or who you cast for this movie, and how they reacted to how it all came about.
Well, gosh, you know, I networked. I called Chanhassen Dinner Theater. I, you know, eventually we used Samaritan casting online. But I asked everyone who called me if they believed in miracles, and how they answered that question told me if they were the right person for the job, because I had a lot of miracles up to and through it, as you know. We can talk about that later. But the cast and crew loved this because they told me, some of these people that really believed in miracles or have had miracles throughout their lives, or at least once, told me they wanted something that had meaning, something that would send a message of some kind, a positive message out there to people, something they could act in where they could show their children and be proud of it. And 2 of the men involved said it's already made them better husbands. And the women, I'm sure, better wives.
Well, probably no better day than Valentine's Day for a premiere of this. Tell us about it, and is it open to the public? Can anyone take this in?
Absolutely. So for the premiere party, it's going to be at the Hilton Bloomington South, and 5:30 p.m. we're beginning on February 14th, Valentine's Day, and you can come watch Angels in Training, Helping Couples on Earth, and have a wonderful, yummy meal cooked by chefs at the Hilton and Bloomington South, which is very good food. And you can get more information at soulsurvivorstv.com.
And you are helping both men and women come up with something to do on Valentine's Day that can be special and very exciting. That's not an easy thing to do. You know, that's a tough day for both men and women.
Yeah, that's true.
So that works out really good.
That's fun.
Well,
and then after that.
What else? Tell us a little bit more about that night too. I mean, you mentioned the movie. What's going to make the night even more special for those that attend?
Well, I think just the fact that they're going to be in a group with like-minded people. And we're not serving alcohol. People can get that at the local bar there if they want to. But I think it's just going to be a clean, uplifting Valentine's Day. It's going to be very special. I don't want to give away a little surprise that I have for everybody.
Okay.
But then, of course, people who cannot make it to the premiere there, we will have it that night. Beginning on the 14th, online movie, and they can order DVDs. And the online movie is only $3. And then they can also watch it for free right here on Channel 6.
Just 8 days later.
Just 8 days later on Saturday, February 22nd.
That should be great.
7 to 9.
What has this all meant to you? I know it's been a big undertaking, and I can see it in you. Are you ready to finally get this thing there? And what's it going to mean to you when you've actually accomplished all this and it's off and running?
That's a great question, Mike. I will be so happy to be finished with it because it's been, gosh, a 6 or 7 year project just from starting to write and the inception of it and the producing it and all of that. So it will feel like I've really done what my inner spiritual guidance has asked me to do, what God's asked me to do. And I never thought that this would be completed, but bless my brother, Richard, who has invested most of the money in this and has really helped get this off the ground. I could not have done it without him and without that. And the miracles that have happened along the way, like God asking me to move to Santa Barbara, sight unseen. I mean, my inner guidance was move to Santa Barbara. I couldn't believe it. And by the way, I was homeless at the time, but homeless in style. I was house sitting in a mansion, furnished. Sure. That was for sale. I found that. And then I'm pretty resourceful, as you can see. And I was told to move to Santa Barbara, but I didn't know why. I just knew I was supposed to write this TV show or series or movie or whatever. And within 2 weeks, I met my mentor, Fred Freeman, who wrote for Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, Andy Griffith's Show, if anybody remembers those. And he's brilliant, he's wonderful. Interestingly enough, he's an atheist, so he was but the perfect person to tell me he thought it was great and would do really well.
We encourage everybody, find out more information, go to the website. Again, that's soulsurvivorstv.com. Find out more. Attend the live event on Valentine's Day or watch 8 days later on the 22nd right here on Channel 6. Thank you for coming in today. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.